Dreams are the language of the soul, whispering possibilities into the quiet corners of our minds. They arrive unannounced, bold and relentless, painting pictures of what could be, of what should be. They stir within us a longing, an ache, a hunger for something greater. Yet dreams alone are like birds without wings, fluttering but never soaring, yearning but never reaching. The world is filled with dreamers, but only a few step forward, grasping the brush to paint their visions onto the canvas of reality. The difference, the defining thread between fantasy and fulfillment, is action. Without movement, dreams remain just that, silent wishes, unspoken desires, forgotten stories. Action is the fire, the force, the rhythm that transforms the intangible into the undeniable. But what does it take to walk the path from dreaming to doing? That is where the real story begins. There is a moment in every dreamer's life when the weight of vision becomes too heavy to carry in silence. A moment when the heart whispers, "It is time," and the mind, full of doubts and fears, must decide whether to answer or ignore the call. It is a crossroads, a trembling place where comfort battles with courage, where hesitation meets urgency. Some turn away, content to let their dreams remain mere fantasies, tucked away for quiet moments of longing. But others, oh, the others, they step forward. They move with trembling hands and uncertain feet, fueled not by the absence of fear, but by the presence of something greater: determination. Action is not grand at first. It does not arrive like thunder or declare itself with trumpet calls. No, action is small, almost unnoticeable, a whisper rather than a roar. It is the first hesitant step, the scribbled plans in the middle of the night, the tiny choices that seem insignificant but hold the power to shift everything. It is rising an hour earlier, practicing when no one is watching, saying yes when doubt is screaming no. It is discipline, persistence, and a refusal to be swallowed by the ease of waiting. And oh, how waiting tempts us. It sings a seductive lullaby, promising that the perfect moment is just ahead, that tomorrow will be kinder, that next year will be easier. But dreams do not live in the arms of tomorrow. They breathe in the urgency of now. The one who waits for certainty will never move. The one who waits for permission will never begin. If you want to turn dreams into reality, you must take what you have, no matter how little, and begin. The tools may be rough, the knowledge incomplete, the road uncertain, but still you must begin. The path will not be smooth. It will not lay itself before you in gold and silk. It will not bend to make way for your ease. No, the path will challenge you, break you, test your resolve in ways you never imagined. It will demand your patience when you are weary, your faith when you are lost, your courage when fear grips your throat. There will be moments when the dream feels too far, when the weight of failure presses heavy against your spirit. But listen to me now. The world will not always understand. They may question your passion, mock your ambition, call you foolish for chasing what they cannot see. They will remind you of the risks, the struggles, the mountain standing between you and the vision you hold. But remember this: no great thing has ever been built in the hands of doubt. No masterpiece has ever been painted by those afraid to pick up the brush. No legend has ever been written by those too timid to start the first sentence. You must believe in your dream with a force that drowns out the voices of those who do not see what you see. And belief, true belief, is proven not in words, but in action. The people who have changed this world, the ones whose names are etched in history, were not the ones who merely dreamed. They were the ones who acted. They were the ones who, despite fear, despite doubt, despite hardship, took steps, bold steps, small steps, desperate steps, determined steps. They were the ones who stumbled but did not stop, who fell but did not surrender, who were told impossible and answered why, why, who were told impossible and answered why, who were told they did not wait for approval, for ease, for certainty. They moved, and in their movement, the world moved with them. So tell me now, what is it that you dream of? What vision stirs in your soul? What longing burns in your spirit? Do you see it? Do you feel it? Then know this. No one will hand it to you. No one will walk this road for you. No one will take your dream and shape it into reality while you sleep. The responsibility is yours. The power is yours. The choice is yours. If you are waiting for the perfect moment, you will wait forever. If you are hoping for the path to be free of obstacles, you will never take the first step. Life is not designed for waiting. It moves whether you move with it or not. The sun rises, the seasons change, the world spins forward, and those who hesitate are left behind. Time is not concerned with your fears, your doubts, or your excuses. It does not slow down for hesitation or stop for second guessing. The days you spend wishing, hoping, and planning without action are days you will never get back. You must understand that dreams are living things. They need nurturing, care, and effort. They require work. They will not flourish in the dark corners of your mind, hidden beneath hesitation and fear. You must bring them into the light, feed them with effort, water them with persistence, and shield them from the storm of doubt. Some dreams will take longer than others to bloom, but if you stay consistent, if you do the work, they will grow. And one day you will look around and realize that the vision you once held in your heart now stands before you solid and real because you refuse to let it wither in silence. There will be those who call you foolish. They will laugh at your struggle, mock your passion, and remind you of all the ways you could fail. Do not let their words become the chains that bind you. Do not let their doubt become your own. Understand that many people fear dreams because dreams demand change, and change is terrifying. It is easier to live in comfort, to accept things as they are, to walk the well-worn path rather than carve a new one. But you were not meant for a life of ease and regret. You were meant to rise, to push, to create. You were meant to build, to discover, to transform the raw materials of your vision into something undeniable. You must surround yourself with those who believe in movement, those who speak in the language of action, not just intention, those who push you forward when fear grips you, who remind you of your strength when doubt clouds your mind. A dream alone is a candle in the wind, but a dreamer surrounded by fire becomes unstoppable. Find your people. Find those who see what you see, who understand the weight of ambition, who will not let you surrender when the road grows steep. And if you cannot find them, be that person for yourself. Be your own greatest believer, your own loudest voice of encouragement. Stand in the mirror and remind yourself why you started, why you must continue, why stopping is not an option. Your actions will not always yield immediate results. There will be days when it feels as if you are moving, but going nowhere. Days when your efforts seem small, when your progress is invisible, when exhaustion weighs heavy on your spirit. But hear this, every step counts. Every effort matters. Every small action, repeated, becomes a force too powerful to be ignored. The greatest mountains are climbed one step at a time. The greatest works of art created one stroke at a time. The greatest successes built one effort at a time. What seems insignificant in the moment becomes the foundation of your success. Keep going, keep pushing, keep believing. You will stumble, you will fall. There will be moments when failure seems to wrap itself around you, whispering that you should stop, that you should turn back, that you should abandon the dream. Do not listen. Failure is not an end. It is a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey. Every person who has ever achieved something great has known failure intimately. They have faced rejection, loss, and defeat, but they did not let it define them. They took the lessons, the bruises, the disappointments, and turned them into fuel. They rose again, stronger, wiser, more determined. You must do the same. When failure comes, do not let it break you. Let it teach you. Let it shape you. Let it refine you into the person who will stand at the top of the mountain and say, you cannot wait for motivation to carry you. There will be days when inspiration is absent, when the fire within you dims, when the dream feels distant. This is when discipline must take over. The dreamers who succeed are not the ones who only act when they feel like it. They are the ones who act even when they don't. They show up, they do the work, they stay committed even on the hard days, the dull days, the frustrating days. They understand that greatness is built in the moments when no one is watching, when there is no applause, when there is nothing but effort and willpower. And as you move forward, as you take steps, small, uncertain, or bold, you will find that the dream that once seemed so distant is now within reach. You will wake up one day and realize that you have built something, that the vision in your mind has taken shape in the real world. And when you stand in that moment, when you see what your action has created, you will know that every struggle, every failure, every sacrifice was worth it. Because you did not just dream. You did. You turned thought into movement, vision into creation, hope into reality. And that is the difference between those who wish and those who achieve. There is a rhythm to life that does not wait for hesitation. It moves forward, relentless and untamed, whether you are ready or not. The question is never whether the opportunity will come, but whether you will be ready when it does. Too many people spend their days waiting for the right time, the right conditions, the right feeling. But dreams do not wait. They do not pause for convenience, nor do they adjust themselves to fit the comfort of those who are afraid to act. They demand boldness, they demand courage, they demand that you rise even when the world tells you to sit still. The journey from dreaming to doing is not paved with ease. It is carved through resistance, through the weight of doubt, through the endless voices, both internal and external, whispering that you are not enough. But let me tell you something. Those voices are wrong. The only thing that separates those who achieve from those who do not is the willingness to push forward despite the noise. Every person who has built something, who has shaped their vision into reality, has faced the same fears, the same doubts, the same moments of uncertainty. The difference is that they did not let those moments define them. It is easy to look at those who have achieved greatness and assume they were different, that they were somehow gifted with an advantage you do not have. But that is a lie. They did not have a secret formula, nor were they born with more strength, more knowledge, more access to success than you. What they had was commitment. They had the ability to wake up every single day and move forward, even when progress felt invisible. They understood that success is not a single grand event, but a collection of small, consistent actions that build upon one another over time. Do not let fear of failure stop you from starting. Too many people never even begin because they are afraid they will not succeed. But here is the truth. Failure is a part of the process. There is not a single person who has reached the top of their mountain without first slipping along the way. Every misstep, every wrong turn, every rejection is not an end. It is information, a lesson, a stepping stone towards something greater. Those who fear failure never get the chance to learn from it. Those who embrace it, who see it as a necessary part of growth, are the ones who ultimately reach their goals. You must be willing to be uncomfortable. Growth does not happen in comfort. The person you are today is not yet the person who can handle the success you dream of. You must stretch, push, and challenge yourself. You must be willing to do what others will not, to sacrifice what is easy for what is necessary. Success requires discipline. It requires showing up when you are tired, pushing through when you are uninspired, and committing even when results seem far away. There will be days when it feels as if you are walking in the dark, unsure if your efforts are leading anywhere. But let me tell you this, every step you take matters. Every single effort, no matter how small, adds up. Just because you cannot see the results yet does not mean they are not forming beneath the surface. Growth is often invisible at first. A tree does not sprout the moment a seed is planted. It takes time, nurturing, patience. But beneath the soil where no one can see, the roots are forming. The foundation is strengthening. And one day, when the time is right, it will break through strong and unshakable. Do not let the impatience of today destroy the success of tomorrow. Too many people give up because they do not see instant results. They expect success to arrive quickly, as if effort alone should guarantee immediate rewards. But true achievement is not built overnight. It is forged in the moments when no one is watching, in the unseen hours of work, in the quiet struggles that no one else will ever know about. It is built in the persistence to keep going when others have stopped, to continue moving forward when it would be easier to turn back. Your environment matters. The people you surround yourself with, the voices you allow into your space, the energy you absorb, they all play a role in whether you succeed or fail. If you spend your time with those who doubt, who complain, who settle for less, their mindset will seep into your own. You must guard your space fiercely. Surround yourself with those who push you, who challenge you, who refuse to let you shrink into comfort. Find those who understand the power of action, who speak the language of effort and determination. And if you cannot find them, create that space for yourself. Your mind is your greatest weapon. The way you think, the way you speak to yourself, the beliefs you hold about what is possible, all of it shapes your reality. If you tell yourself you cannot, you will not. If you believe success is out of reach, it will be. But if you train your mind to see opportunity, to embrace challenge, to believe in the power of effort, you will find doors opening where others see only walls. Your thoughts dictate your actions, and your actions dictate your results. Do not let your own mind be the thing that holds you back. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the path seems unclear, when exhaustion takes over, when the dream feels too distant to be real. These moments are the test. They are the line that separates those who wish from those who achieve. Most people quit here. They turn back, convinced that struggle is a sign to stop. But struggle is not the enemy. It is the proof that you are on the right path. Growth is painful, change is difficult, but nothing worth having has ever come without effort. You must become relentless, the kind of person who refuses to be stopped, the kind of person who, when faced with obstacles, does not shrink but rises, the kind of person who, no matter how many times they fall, gets back up and tries again. This is what separates those who achieve from those who only dream. Not luck, not talent, not privilege. Persistence, the refusal to stop, the decision to keep going, no matter what stands in the way. You will look back one day and realize that everything you thought was impossible was only waiting for you to take action. That the mountain you feared was not as high as you imagined, that the struggle, the sweat, the effort, it was all worth it. Because you did not just wish, you did not just dream, you moved, you acted, you became. And in doing so, you turned what once lived only in your mind into something real, something undeniable, something no one can take away from you. The world is full of people who once dreamed, people who once saw themselves standing in the light of their own creation, their own success, their own fulfillment. But somewhere along the way, they stopped. They convinced themselves that the road was too hard, the path too uncertain, the obstacles too great. They let time slip through their fingers, promising themselves they would start tomorrow, next week, next year. And before they knew it, they were standing in the ruins of their own hesitation, surrounded by the ghosts of what could have been. Do not be one of those people. Do not let the fire inside you become a faint ember, barely glowing beneath the weight of excuses and delay. There is no magic waiting for you. There is no secret path that will make the journey easy, no shortcut that will carry you from where you are to where you want to be without effort. If you are waiting for someone to save you, to hand you success, to carve the way for you, you will be waiting forever. The responsibility is yours. The power is yours. The only thing standing between you and the life you imagine is action. Not words, not plans, not wishes, action. It will not be fair. There will be days when you give everything and receive nothing in return. There will be nights when you wonder if all the effort is worth it, when you question if you are strong enough, smart enough, worthy enough. There will be times when you watch others succeed with half the effort, when you feel overlooked, when you wonder why your turn has not yet come. But fairness is not the measure of success. Those who succeed are not the ones who had an easy road. They are the ones who kept walking despite the difficulty. Life owes you nothing. No one is coming to lift you to the top of the mountain. You must climb. You must push. You must endure. You must learn to love the process. If you are chasing only the outcome, you will lose motivation when the results do not come fast enough. If you are fueled only by the idea of success, you will falter when the road gets tough. But if you can fall in love with the journey, if you can find purpose in the work itself, you will be unstoppable. The greatest achievers do not just dream of the destination. They embrace the struggle. They find joy in the challenge. They understand that every difficult moment is shaping them into the person who will one day stand at the top. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally. It is the fire that burns away weakness, the weight that builds strength, the force that molds you into someone capable of carrying success. Too many people run from discomfort, seeking only what is easy, what is painless, what is familiar. But greatness does not live in comfort. It lives in the moments when you push past exhaustion, when you choose discipline over distraction, when you keep going even when everything inside you is screaming to stop. If you can master discomfort, you can master anything. Time is passing, whether you act or not. The days will continue to turn, the years will continue to slip by, and one day you will wake up and realize that the future you once dreamed of has either become your reality or another regret. What you do today determines what you will have tomorrow. If you want success, you must build it piece by piece, day by day, with the choices you make right now. There is no later, no someday, no perfect moment waiting for you. There is only now. You will be misunderstood. You will be doubted. There will be people who look at your ambition and try to shrink it, who see your efforts and try to dismiss them. Some will tell you that you are wasting your time. Some will laugh at your struggle. Some will try to convince you to stop before you even begin. Do not listen. People who have settled for less will always try to pull others down to their level. But you are not here to live according to their fears. You are here to rise, to build, to become. The greatest tragedy is not failure, it is regret. It is looking back on a life filled with what-ifs, on dreams that were never pursued, on potential that was never realized. Failure is temporary. It is a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of growth. But regret is permanent. It is the knowledge that you had a chance and you let it slip away. It is the pain of knowing that you could have done more, been more, created more, but you chose to remain still. Do not let that be your story. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every choice, no matter how small, is shaping your future. When you choose to wake up early instead of hitting snooze, when you choose to practice instead of procrastinate, when you choose to push forward instead of giving up, you are casting a vote for success. Success is not built in a day, but it is built every day, in the habits you form, in the consistency you maintain, in the effort you put forth even when no one is watching. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Do not measure your progress against someone who started before you, who has different circumstances, different challenges, different advantages. The only comparison that matters is the one between who you are today and who you were yesterday. Are you growing? Are you improving? Are you taking steps forward, even if they are small? That is all that matters. Progress is progress, no matter how slow. You are capable of more than you know. You have strength inside you that has not yet been tested, potential that has not yet been unlocked. You do not need permission to chase what is yours. You do not need validation to begin. Everything you need is already within you. The question is not whether you have what it takes. The question is whether you will use what you have. The road ahead will not be easy. It will test you, push you, challenge you in ways you never expected. But if you are willing to endure, to persist, to take action despite fear, despite doubt, despite difficulty, you will find yourself standing in a reality that once existed only in your dreams. Because you did not wait, you did not hope, you did not wish, you moved, you acted, you became. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve is action. Dreams are powerful, but they are only the beginning. Without movement, they remain distant illusions forever out of reach. The road to success is not paved with wishes, but with relentless effort, unwavering discipline, and the courage to push forward even when the path is uncertain. You will face challenges, doubt, and moments of exhaustion, but every step you take brings you closer to the life you envision. The world does not wait for hesitation. Time does not slow down for fear. Your future is shaped by what you do today, not by what you hope to do tomorrow. Rise above fear, silence doubt, and take action, because in the end, it is not the dreams you had that will define you. It is the steps you took to make them real. Now, will you act?